Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am here with a super easy quilt block. So easy that it's embarrassing that I'm even turning it into a video. But I am because, I just like to show you guys easy things. If it's too easy for you, maybe it will give you an idea to do something else. That's just what I like. I like to give you guys ideas and then you can run with them. Here's the deal. This can be done with pretty much any size square, and we're going to have a center square, and that can also be pretty much any size. We're going to be capturing that center square. Now, I know I've done that before because I just searched and I found my own video. I do want to mention, I get a lot of messages saying, oh, I saw a rag quilt that you did now. I don't know how to find it. Well, on YouTube, there's a search bar. Put in Darlene Michaud rag quilts. And every one of them that I made will probably pop up. And you can see, there's a lot of things you can search for with my name. Darlene Michaud Quilts, Darlene Michaud Crochet, Darlene Michaud Tag Along. Whatever. Go have fun searching for me. And, yes, the one that I did with the captured square was a wonky one. We're not going to do wonky today. Surprise, surprise. First, I want to tell you, your outside square and your inside square. You want your inside square to be, significantly smaller than the outside. Like if we were to start with a 5-inch square, I would put a 2-inch square in the center, not a 4-inch square, because we're not going to have enough wiggle room to do the capturing that we need to do. So this is an 8-inch square. I thought it would be super cool to do something kind of big and then put just a 2-inch square in the center, just for some accent color. And then you could do a whole quilt of just various backgrounds like this, and you could do all the same color for the center or all different, all scrappy, whatever. And I just thought that would be kind of cute. So let's do that. So I have an 8-inch square and I'm going to cut a 2-inch square. Now you could do a 3-inch square. You could make some blocks all 8-inch this size, for the background, let's say. And your squares could vary in size that you put in the center to make it look weird. But I have some of these modeled prints, and I'm just going to see what I want in there. Kind of like that, but not that much. That's the same. Blue, no, I don't want blue in there. I have a gold. I like that. I have a pink. No. Do I have anything greenish? I thought I did. Oh, what's this? Not quite. Yeah, I'm going to go with gold, I guess. So I'm just going to take this. This is, I have a box that I've allowed myself to sew with different scraps that I have. So I'm just going to cut a 2-inch square, which I didn't do because I wasn't sure what color I wanted to use. Now I sell a lot of 2-inch squares during my exclusive sales. So I like to find ways for my exclusive shoppers to use them up. Now you totally could stick this into a 5-inch square if you have a charm pack or you bought a million 5-inch squares from me. But just for shits and giggles, I want to shove this inside an 8-inch square. Okay, you can eyeball it, If you don't want to do the eyeballing, for an 8-inch square, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's my 2-inch line, so I know it's going to be like there. And then if I want to do it on this side too, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. I don't know. Let's move it over a tiny bit. I'd rather just eyeball it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold down right to where that fabric is. So when we sew here, we're going to capture the edges of this little square. And I'm going to do a little bit larger than a 1/4 inch seam allowance, just a little bit wider. I usually use my foot right to the edge of my fabric. Well, I'm going to leave a little space and move it over just a little bit. So let me go do that. I'm just sewing all the way down. See, we captured the top. Now we're going to do the same in this direction. You know, if you wanted to, you can fold it in the opposite direction first just to make a crease there. That kind of just popped into my head. And then just fold on that crease in the other direction. Don't stress over it. I stress over everything. I don't know why I tell people not to stress. I don't stress over this as much as just general shit in life. Okay, I'm going to go sew down this side. And we have this. Now, because we are sewing lines, the block is shrinking. And I did a generous 1/4 inch, just a little bit generous. But, each time you do a 1/4 inch, you lose a 1/2 inch total. 1/4 inch on each side. So we've lost an inch already. Let's see how I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, mine is generous because I'm quite short. Okay, now we're going to go in the other direction. Oh, but before we do, it's up to you. If you want to leave your seams like that, you do not have to cut them. If you want to cut them, you can take your scissors and stick them in there and cut. Or, somebody mentioned this once upon a time, but I never tried it. You can put your, this down and just go to the very edge and rotary cut. Let's do it. Just in case you don't want that additional bulk, I don't see that there's any difference. Unless you are anal and you want to open that, then that's up to you. So I'm going to leave this one not cut. No, that looks weird. So I'm just going to cut the other one since I did that one. But I'm not going to open that seam. I think it would be cool to just leave it with that edge. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. So now I want to go here. And you can match up your seams, your seam line to your seam and just sew down. And before I even press, I'm just going to do the same on this side too. And this is what I have. See, I really like it. And I don't mind that we've only wasted a little tiny bit of fabric, that we covered up. I just would much rather do this than cut a bunch of strips and work around a center square, especially if you're doing a small center with a wide edge all the way around. Now I do see that I have more here than there, so I didn't quite eyeball good enough, but here's the deal. Always plan on trimming much smaller. So here's how I'm going to trim. These 2 lines are my guide. I'm just going to kind of space them evenly inside these 2 lines here. So this is 2 inches and then they're just about inside of that, and that's cool. So I could go out 1, 2 and trim there, and I'll have to trim more on the other side. Or you don't have to have it be perfect. And then 1, 2 and trim there. That was way off. Always expect to be off, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you wanted to, you could start with like a 9-inch square in case you want to end with something, not tiny after trimming. Now I'm going to turn it and do the same thing. I'm going to put my sewn lines kind of between there. And 1, 2, I can go out 2, 1, 2. Can I go out? Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just like before, so that's right. It'll be square. Make a nice square. I don't want a rectangle. This is so incredibly easy. I'm always amazed at how awesome things look once they're trimmed. And I love lines. I love lines, you know, on the same fabric as though we pieced all that. I purposely put lines in some of the quilts that I've made because I just love the lines so much. That's just so cool. And I would not bother trimming or cutting those seams on the back. I mean, look at how nice and neat it is on the back side. Huh? I like it very much. I hope you do too. Try different sizes. I would not start any smaller than 5 inches. And, you know, even a 5-inch square with a 2-inch in the center, you might be, you know, not having much wiggle room. So maybe like a 6-inch block, maybe the smallest. I don't know. Practice, play with it. You could even do a tinier, maybe a little 1-inch guy in there. That would be weird. It would be just so little at the end. Okay, I have to stop now. I just wanted to show this to you. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and come back for more useless information like this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.